The history of racing games is long and storied, from global hits to regional heroes. Many of the stories behind our favorite titles are either unknown or hidden behind a decades-old magazine article. However, author Pavel Vasilevi has gone out of their way to personally contact a number of developers and ask them about all the trials, tribulations, fun, and shocking facts of their games in the development of racing games, 70 stories of successes and failures. Now, Pavel reached out to me asking to cover their book, but I received nothing beyond a PDF copy. I mean, unless you search the full name of the title, this doesn't even come up on Amazon. This is not a sponsorship. I just thought that the work that they've done here is really cool. Since this book is more like a collection of interviews, I'm going to mainly describe the content in it, as I don't want to spoil anything. So, from the classics like Gremlin Interactive's Top Gear, now called Top Racer, and forgotten hits like Ubisoft's Pod, to more modern titles such as the original Test Drive Unlimited, Project Gotham Racing, Midnight Club, and yes, Most Wanted 2012. The recollection and revelations throughout the book are a joy to read through. The entire history of PGR is contained within here, from the early signing with Microsoft, the insane ambition of PGR2, how Microsoft actually wanted to purchase the studio, and how Activision's hands-on approach to management and lack of foresight ultimately led to the studio's untimely demise, which is another aspect covered throughout the book, the people behind the studio, individual and collective contributions such as NFS3's dynamic music, and the history of studios like Kuno Simulazioni. The book is chock full of not just stuff you can surmise from the outside, but revelations such as Test Drive Unlimited almost being an Xbox 360 exclusive, sales numbers, the difficulty of getting onto consoles, the strange connection Pro Street has to the US military, and much more. You ever wonder what happened to Milestone's Lamborghini, or what it would entail? All the details are in here. And it's not just the hits either. New info for games such as Squadra Corsa Alfa Romeo, Vanishing Point, and Flat Out 3. The highs and lows of the game industry are all laid bare here, and 3 things become apparent after reading through this work. The first is the passion behind the teams and what they're creating, striving to push technology and create the best, most fun experience they can for the players, no matter the situation they find themselves in. Second, publishers screwing things up and making bad calls. Who would have guessed that one? But thirdly, is that Ferrari is a right pain to deal with. No matter the game, no matter the decade, you will be reading about Ferrari more than once. Now, for some criticisms, there are a fair few spelling errors and grammatical mistakes throughout the book. It's nothing major at all, apart from the chapter on Forza Horizon 4, which was difficult to read the further in it went. The book also jumps around timeline-wise, as the full history of a studio and franchise will be covered, so you can easily jump from 2013 to 1986. There's no right order to cover these studios and franchises, and when you're reading about Synatic, for example, it does go in order, but I found the timeline jumping towards the end a little disjointed. And there is nothing from the Japanese side of things, so don't expect any Sega, Konami, etc. Otherwise, the chapters themselves are pretty well organized and paced, only coming in at 185 pages, so you'll easily read through it in less than 2 hours, and you'll come away with an even deeper respect and appreciation for all the hard work, talent, passion, and drive behind every game that makes it to store shelves, and even the ones that didn't. Whether they were praised at their time or go down in infamy, developers have always strived to make the best games they can. The development of racing games, 70 stories of successes and failures, is a great read, and I would highly recommend checking it out and supporting Pavel as an independent writer. Amazon offers free previews, by the way. They really put in the work reaching out to all of these developers and compiling all of this information in a fun, concise manner. It's a must read for any racing game enthusiast. Check it in the description or with the QR code on screen.